All right. So here we go. Where we left off. Once again, fun times. You didn't catch what been thinking about that last one, man. That's got some serious implications. But then again, I'd have to do some looking into certain things to see if it's actually something that can be legitimate. That's crazy. Um, a little thing about changing times, could be crazy. All right, so we got Detective Rafferty. I believe he was running around to the hospitals. Yeah, he's at Henderson Hospital here. All right. Also present with me is Lisa Pope. Not sure who Lisa Pope is. Let's see. Tell me what happened 2 nights ago. So it's 2 nights later. This person must be badly injured because they didn't interview him the next day. So let's see. We were at the concert, Route 91 Harvest Festival. We ended up, we were pretty close to the stage. At some point, we both agreed that, it's just too crowded up here. A couple of drunks up there. And it was like, let's just go back, go to the bathroom, grab something to eat or, whatever we wanted to do. As we walked back, we went down to the restroom. Shit, just lost my place. Restroom, and Jason Aldean had come on, and it was during the third song of the set that sounded like firecrackers, and it was strange because there was no smoke, and that's kind of what I was looking for. And there was two shots, two for I do believe, and then right after that, the hail of gunshots. It just started. We started to exit. We started running back, and unfortunately, I got disconnected from my wife. We went over by the Budweiser tent, by the Budweiser booth right there. Um, she slipped underneath. I was making my way over. All right, well, we got a lot of video of that Budweiser booth. Although it might have been later. I think it was kind of later. Let's see. She slipped underneath, and I was making my way over and kind of jumping the little cinder block walls. Figured that would be a pretty safe place. And that's when I was hit. Oh, wow. Over and kind of jumping the little cinder block walls. Wow, man. That's when I got hit. I immediately went down. It's apparently when I lost my phone. And then I was able to walk myself kind of under my own power for about 50 yards, and that was it. And there was a guy who came and put his arm underneath me and said, "Come on, we were getting out of here. Let's go." And it's like, wow, okay, great. So we started moving out, and he said, "What's your wife's phone number? I'll give her a call." So he's able to get a hold of her. And then from there, it was just more people running, kind of mass hysteria of the masses, craziness. And then after that, we had they put me down behind the Go Army semi trailers. Yeah, we got video footage of that too. The 53 footers and 48s or whatever they are over there. This guy's got something to do with shipping because he knows the size of these things. And there was two EMTs present that came over, wrapped my leg in gauze, and tried to get me out of there, doing the best they could. And there was a lot of yelling and screaming, let's go, let's go, let's get out of here. And then the gunshots started. And the gunshots started again. And it was just this, between the first hail to the next hail, it was probably 30 seconds. And it just went, and it was frightening, and we ended up going into Tropicana, into it looked like their banquet rooms, reception area, among all their chairs and storage. And once we got in there, same thing. One guy I wish I caught his name. He said, "We'll go into this room." They were able to get a locked door open, and so we went in there. I wonder how they got that door open. And we just sat down and tried to put pressure on my knee. It wasn't really bleeding all that much at the time. And then, he came in again and he was busting out light bulbs just in case, there was an active shooter. Wow. This guy was thinking. That's coming around. So kind of hid behind the secondary door that was back there and stayed there until you went out. You called 911. Finally was able to reach someone. It was hotel security. So that's the cop talking. So she was able to go out, reach the hotel security, and then, they said, someone's coming for you. Someone's coming for you. We'll get you out of here. Yep. And a couple of big guys came and picked me up and took me away. Oh, no, it was him talking. All right. It was, we could just hear the shots. It sounded much closer the second time. Then, after that, we got upstairs and they were able to place me in a chair with wheels. What? What the fuck? A couple of big guys came pick me up and took me away. It was, fuck, I left that in the house. It was, we could just hear the shots. He's inside Tropicana. Sounded much closer a second time. And then, after that, we got upstairs and they were able to place me in a chair with wheels. What? Shit, man. I'll be right back. All right. So, I don't know what to make of this. Sounds like this guy's hearing shots inside the Tropicana. Inside a conference room inside Tropicana, hidden behind some door. It's a random ass door. It sounds like they're coming closer. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's pretty descriptive too. That's not just someone saying thought I heard shots or something like that. No, this is someone explaining it. That's fucking nuts. It sounded much closer the second time. We could just hear the shots. Let's see. It kind of dragged me around the Tropicana like that. At one point, they actually carried me up 3 flights of stairs. And then after that, we're finally able to get, attention. We're outside, right? Yeah. We had a hard time finding like where the ambulances were, triage. Looks like, oh shit, did I hit the wrong fucking button? I think I did. Kind of right, yeah. Okay, so this is a cop talking. Where triage was, and we just kept. Hold on, wait, it's the second person. I know it's the second person talking. Looks like it. Where triage was, and we just kept getting directed to different exits at Tropicana. So we just kept making our way back and forth through Tropicana. Finally, some guy came actually from outside and came upstairs. He said, I just took someone to the ambulances. They're out here. Let's go. And they carried him down the stairs and pushed him over down the street to where the ambulances were. All right. So I guess this is his wife talking. And then what happened? Did you come here first or did you go to another? No. We went to Spring Valley. Let's see. Okay. It looks like Spring Valley. I think it's a small hospital. They were just overflowing. So the EMT said, anyone who's stable, we're going to take over here. So basically, a walking wounded. They called him the walking wounded. Essentially, yeah. Okay, so real quick. You said you got hit in the knee, above, below, or actually in the knee is similar. Through the knee, through the knee itself. Oh shit! Whew. Wow, some of these injuries, man. Whoa. Okay. And then question about the timeline. So you hear shots start, and then it lulls. It sounds like there's a pause, and that kind of seems like when everyone starts running. Yeah, we have this realization that something's happening. How long between the first one and the second one? Again, between the second and third, like, is there noticeable gaps in your memory where, okay, yes, there's definitely a minute or 30 seconds that, okay, so we're talking about that earlier. Time is so weird. Well, yeah, when you're in a situation like that. But there was definitely, like, there was the first few shots, and it was a handful. I don't know how many, but it was just a handful, enough for you to think, was that really gunshots or not? And then you were kind of looking around. Everyone around us was kind of doing the same thing. And then people started screaming, "It's gunshots! Get out!" And then, we heard that next round, and then that kind of like went on and off. It didn't feel like there was much of a gap in there. And then till we were out on the street, and then when we ran over to the parking lot where the big semis were, and we were sitting back there, it's like it had been quiet for, felt like 30 seconds, a minute, minute and a half, because we were starting to breathe a little bit. We're like, okay, and then it started. We heard it again and again, and we heard it again, and it sounded like it was really close at that point. All right, so he's talking about behind the semis. Um, so it's possible Paddock was shooting at the people outside of the venue at that point. So no one was sure, like, is it really getting closer to us, or is it just that, we're in this open area now, so it sounds different. And someone in the parking lot just started yelling, "Everyone get out of the parking lot, get out, get out, get in, get out, or get into the building, get moving." And so that's when those guys picked him up, and we started heading towards Tropicana, and we went in there. It's interesting because I know someone was over there by those Go Army trucks that night. Could you tell what area the rounds were coming from? Like, I get that the sound is projecting over a large area. Was there any kind of direction in your mind? Maybe over in this direction, or maybe in several directions. Is there any kind of thought in your mind? Like, where they were coming from. Now, this is done a couple days after, so this is 2 days after the shooting. So it's interesting that they're talking about a multiple shooter scenario here. Of course, this is Henderson. This might be Henderson PD, so they may not have all the details. This guy says it's pretty clear that it was coming from the Mandalay Bay. Straight from Mandalay, yes. Well, I don't know about that, but in that direction, like, very much, because we turned our attention that way. So I keep telling people, man, you can see that in the video. Everyone turns to the Mandalay Bay. It's pretty obvious where the bullets come from. And we started, like, easing over in that area. Okay, got it. We're facing the stage, and it's clearly, we're looking over this way. Got it. And then I think that answered my question. You went to Spring Valley first, and since you were stable, they brought you here. Okay. Answered already. Was there anything else that you were? Was there anyone else you were with that was also wounded, kind of at the same time you were? Was there people you remember, or people that went with you at all? It went down pretty quick, and once I was down, there was a woman who physically fell on top of me. At this point, I'm feeling trampled. So she was there. I don't think she was hit, but she, and I kind of screamed. I said, I've been shot. Get me out, get off me, get off me. And so that was with her. Okay, anything else sticks out in your mind, and critical details, or anything maybe I forgot to ask, or that you'd like to contribute to that? Just, your guys' city is amazing. I mean, you guys' response and everything that I guys did for the humanity and for everyone at the concert. Jesus. Um, I really truly appreciate it. Sorry this happened to you here. Yeah, it wasn't ever really significant. I can't say anything else either. It all happened so fast. It's how about start to finish from time the shooting started to it ended, maybe completely ending. Do you know? I'm assuming you're in the Tropicana by then. Yeah, we're in the Tropicana. Yeah, because we were already in Tropicana, we could still hear it. That's interesting. I can still hear it from inside Tropicana. Let's see. I couldn't even guess the timeline. It felt like an hour, but I'm sure it was seconds. All right, got it. Okay, so they are admitting that the bullets are coming from Mandalay Bay, and they're saying that they could hear them from inside Tropicana. So that's something. He clears that up at the end there. There's a little what the fuck in the middle there, but you know, yeah, at the end there, he kind of pulls it all back together. Says, yeah, he was in the Tropicana, and you could still hear the shooting, but he's still maintaining that the shooting was coming from the Mandalay Bay. So that says something. All right, so this one looks like white female, 5'7", 220, brown blue. Yeah, okay, that shit's reacted. During the start of Jason Aldean's set at Route 91 Festival, we heard firecrackers go off. About 10 people back from the stage on the far right, about 30 people to my right. Uh, the sound occurred a second time, and we thought, what are these people doing? My husband pulled me down. I thought he fell. Then we realized it was actually gunfire. We proceeded to jump the divide at center stage and run to the back of the stage. There was additional gunfire when we reached the fence dividing the parking. A lady was hit by fire and at that time, okay, and loaded into a white, I'm guessing, pickup truck. We continued to run towards the videopoker.com sign. We attempted accessing any door, and they're at the Thomas and Mack Center, 2nd of October. Okay, at 1 in the morning. Possible, a side door on the hangar opened, and we sought shelter in a back closet until we were able to board the buses. All right, so I ended up at the airport. Oh, it was a short one. Hispanic female, 5'5". Thought her fireworks. Then my husband said, "Get down, something's going down." So we took off running. Short and sweet. All right. Thank you for that. Make shit easy. Male, 5'11", 232, brown. Let's see, occupation. Looks like it says direct manager. I don't know what the fuck that means. Heard a small short burst of pops. Let's see, pops like fireworks. Yeah. Then followed by a lot more. Grabbed my wife and threw her to the ground. His eyes fell through, but all right, whatever. And I mean, it is, but not in that context. And covered her with my body. Then we get up, start running from the event to cover several times and headed towards the airport hangars. A gentleman named whatever was shot, so I assisted in carrying him to a safe spot, along with my wife and several individuals. Ended up in a hangar where we boarded a bus to UNLV. Sounds like it's possible some of these are people that are all hanging out together. This is the 2nd of October, 1:45. Yeah, but that other one was a written statement or a recorded statement. It's a little bit. All right. possible it's not related. Most likely not. Okay, let's see. Detective J. McLemore. On 10/3, 6 o'clock at night. Also Detective Coop. So, okay, Desert Springs Hospital, October 3rd. Let's see. I just want to ask a couple basic questions. That's Star Wars related there. That's the life. What the fuck are they talking about? Oh, that's a life. That's my wife. When you come home, I don't know. What the fuck are you talking about? What was your name, ma'am? What room is this? What's your address? Is that where you get mail to? Phone number to get a hold of you. You slow down. You don't have to talk fast. It's easier for you. Okay, whatever. And let's see, gunshot wound to where the ventricle is. Oh shit! And had some fluid around my lungs. Fuck. Damn. Bruising around her, on her torso, on her side. I was not there. No. So is this the someone at the hospital or his family? What'd you see? The only thing I saw was, well, I heard some crackling like fireworks to my right side, and then it just stopped, and then all of a sudden I turned back towards the stage. I kind of jerked and was like, "Oh man, I got hit," because I thought it was fireworks, and then I kind of zoned out for a minute, and then just more gunshots was going off after that. Let's see, where were you? Like if you're face the stage. There was, so if you're face the stage, they have the walkway they come through. There's a metal fence. Well, then there's a tent. I was in that corner of the tent. Wait. Let's see. So they have a walkway they come through. Then there's a metal fence. So, okay. Well, then there's a tent. What the fuck? I mean, I know where there's a tent there. I was in that corner of the tent. Uh, okay, where the tent was. No, just a bunch of people running, bunch of shots. Everybody was just trying to get away. I don't know if he's talking about a vendor tent or he's talking about the tent to the VIP drinking area there. Huh. Oh, let's see. Man, is this even working? Yeah. Okay. This is gonna be a little slow one. I ain't gonna get through much here. Now there's people don't people running, just a bunch of shots. Everybody's just trying to get away. Some they're coming from the Mandalay Bay. Okay, in that direction. Where'd you go? Oh wow, am I frozen? You know what? I think I'm. Yeah, I think it froze up completely. Let me see. Looks like we're running. Looks like we're running. All right. Yeah, I'm just having issues here. All right. So let's see. We got. Oh well, I got stuck when I got shot. My mom told me to get down, and there was a break, and then I tried to get out, and then I got tumbled over and trampled on, and then my brother, me, got me up, and went around the corner and hid, and then there was another break, and then we got all the way to the parking lot, and there was people that was, and there was the people that was helping. And they just real quick, I texted him about Tylenol. Response, I'll let you know. When I got to the car with the other people, they laid me down, just started to put pressure, and then they took me to the hospital. You know what kind of car it was. It looked like it was a truck, but I don't know for sure. The entry wound was in your shoulder. Yeah, there's no exit wound. And the truck took you here. Yes. Did your family come with you? I catch up later. My brother was in the car with me. They took me and him, or they brought me and him. But he wasn't injured. He was injured. He got shot in the foot. He had an entry and exit wound. They let him go yesterday. He broke his foot, or the bullet broke his foot. Is there anyone that was with your group that's unaccounted for? No. Okay. It was me and my mom, my brother. What's your brother's name? Date of birth? Yeah, I don't care. Um, he was in the ER when they let him go. He was here in the ER when they let him go. Okay, where's he now? He's at home. Let's see. Whatever. Not too worried about any of this. There's people came in for. They took pictures. Huh. I was asking, does anyone else talk to you? Said no, just us. Um, but then she says there was some people took pictures, but it was Metro. Oh, it was Metro. They had like Metro badge and all that. Yeah, LVMPD. Uh, is there anything else that you can think of we should know for our investigation? Not that I'm aware of. Okay, do you have any questions? I'm good. How are you? Okay, we wish you full recovery. Appreciate your time talking to us. Okay, yeah, not much there. Okay, white male, 6'5", 210, brown green. I heard something sound like fireworks. Oh, we got his phone number. I can call the guy up. All we get from that is it's a Vegas number. So, yeah. It's 336 number. God, I can't remember if Panic had a 336. I don't know what the first digits of his were. I think, yeah, not going to remember that. I heard something sound like fireworks. And then they got closer and more of them. When I heard screams and saw people running, I got on the ground with my friend and his family. I saw some girl with blood and I knew I needed to run. I told my friends that we need to go. I started running and turned around and they weren't with me. I heard more gunshots. I kept running. I jumped a gate to a dirt lot and followed a group of people to a building near the runway to the airport. And we hid there until a cop came and evacuated us to the runway building. All right. Thomas Mack, 10-2, 135. So a lot of these were done at the same time, man. They must have had a lot of cops over there at that Thomas Mack Center, taking these things. Caucasian, finally a fucking educated motherfucker. Caucasian female, 5'4", 140, brown. Let's see. During the Jason Aldean concert, approximately 4 gunshots went off that appeared to be coming from the stage. Coming from the stage. Wow. Okay. All right. The implications there are pretty bad. Let's see. I stood to the left middle stage when a woman in front of me went down and was holding her stomach or chest. Shortly after, very many different sounding shots went off. I ran with my friend and many others away from the festival towards the airport until it was safe inside. Yeah, I don't think anyone was shooting at you from the stage. 3 a.m. Okay. Let's see. So, white female, 5'8", 160, blonde brown. She's an accountant. All right. Heard gunshots, thought it was fireworks, then saw people running, and Jason Aldean stopped playing. So he started running away. Janine got shot and fell to the ground, started bleeding. We stayed down, and off-duty EMT picked her up, took her behind an ambulance to help her while the shooter kept shooting. And we got in a taxi and took, I'm guessing, Janine to the hospital. I don't know why they redacted there, but not above. Picked her up, hit her behind. There were ambulances there? Whatever. All right. 2nd of October. Yeah, okay. at 3 a.m. So it was right after. All right, let's see what we got next. Investigator Pope, Investigator Lisa Pope. During an interview. Okay, so she was in one of the other ones. All right, so at least we know she's an investigator now. I was kind of curious about that. Time is 5 o'clock on the 3rd, 5 p.m. on the 3rd. Okay, see how good she's at. She is at doing this stuff. Let's see. It's probably 4 songs Jason Aldean said sounded like somebody set off firecrackers in the crowd, and that's actually kind of what I think everybody thought it was. And then it stopped, started again. Right after it started again, I was like, that's gunfire. That's not. So I looked over, and a lady had been hit pretty close to me. So I ran over. Some younger kids on the ground and tried to cover them up. And they're like, it's just somebody with firecrackers. I'm like, no, there's a lady that just got shot right back here. And they jumped up and took off. And so there was a trash can that was kind of nearby. So I went to go get behind it. I felt I got hit in the back of the leg, and I looked down, and there was blood everywhere when I got hit. I actually fell down. And there's a guy that he's like, everybody just calm down. It's just fireworks. I'm like, no, look at my leg. He's like, oh crap, and then he took off. So there's the one of the buildings. There's VIP buildings there. The overlook building thing, and it was like the safest place I could get to. So I made it over there, made it up to the stairs. A couple of guys came to me and were like, "You all right?" And I'm like, "No, I've been hit." And the next thing I know, I'm in the back of a pickup truck on the way here. But yeah, it was going on a lot longer than that, because I'm sure I was one of the first ones out of there because it seemed pretty quick. Let's see, were you there with your wife? No, they were actually in another part of the venue. Actually, it ended up they were probably about 100 yards from me, but I didn't know. She was saying that she could actually see the muzzle flashes from Mandalay Bay. Witness count of muzzle flashes from Mandalay Bay. Because I thought it was just the venue at first. Okay, so that's interesting. Interesting. We have eyewitness of the muzzle flashes, although I don't know how many people thought those that little blinking light on the 4th floor was muzzle flash. So who knows? And they just kept on going and going and going. So when you first heard what you thought was firecrackers, like, can you remember how many shots went off? I would say at least 30, at least 30. And then there was a pause. Yeah, that was about a 30-second pause. And that's why you're all just looking around. Let's see. Trying to figure out what it was. Believe it. I mean, because Jason Aldean kind of looked over and then started to sing again and started up again. That's when I took off. And was there anybody else around you that you were with? Were you by yourself at the time? I was by myself. Okay. And like you said, there was a couple of girls you just kind of got down on top of. That didn't sound right. Um, and then 2 guys ended up helping you out. Yep. Okay. And then you guys were staying at the Excalibur when it happened, and when you heard everything, could you tell what direction? I know you said you thought it was in the venue. I thought it was in the venue. Even it sounded like, because there's a section directed by the VIP section that kind of cuts back, and I think there may be an entrance gate back there. And then there's the little offices that look like for the concert promoters and stuff back by the buses. As a matter of fact, when they started going off, I seen a lady pull to a door of the office and look outside to see what was going on. And so you said that you went from the actual venue. That's interesting. That paints a little bit of a picture, man. We got a lady fucking inside one of the offices looking out saying, what the fuck is happening out here? Let's see. And when you went, which way? Do you remember which direction? Like you ran towards when you ran away? It would have been, let's see, north, probably northwest. Yeah, because that building's kind of in the middle on the northwest side. And what part of the venue were you at when you heard that? Like, were you on the main strip? Yeah, it was towards Las Vegas Boulevard on the right hand side of the stage. And so 2 guys just put you in their truck and came right here. He had a bunch of other people. You and a bunch of other people just got out of there. Okay, so towards Las Vegas Boulevard on the right hand side of the stage. Let's see. So, what part of the venue when you heard, like, were you on the main strip? Heard what though? What are they talking about here? Do you remember like which direction or what you ran towards which way? Um, it would have been, let's see, north and northwest because that building's kind of in the middle of the northwest. And what part of the venue when you heard that? Heard what? Uh, Heard what? Like, were you on the main strip? Yeah, it was towards Las Vegas Boulevard on the right hand side of the stage. See, so okay. And so two guys just put you in the truck and came right here, hit a bunch of other people. So I wonder if this is one of the guys in the video. Was that the Hartman video, I believe? You and a bunch of other people just got you out of there. Yeah, okay. So you didn't see anybody, or like you said, you couldn't tell which direction it was coming from or anything like that. So from the initial time, I mean, it had to have been would have to have been southwest that it was coming from, because actually when I got hit, I was going northeast. So the first shots go off, and then there's a pause, and then the shots happen again, and that's when you got hit. Correct. I can't remember. I don't think it was that go around. I think it was the next one. So about round three. Yeah, you were still trying to get out of there. The seconds go around, and the second go around is when I covered up those kids. Okay, we're gonna end this. All right, that's kind of an interesting statement. Battery? Is that say battery? Battery with a deadly weapon? Really? That's what you're calling this shit? White female, 5'8", 170, brown, brown. Uh, okay. School, it's a student. Please see attached forms I printed for you. I detailed event as soon as possible. 4 pages. I apologize. Last page torn on bottom right corner. I followed up care at St. Rose Dominican Siena campus for an MRI on my head due to left temporal pain and tenderness and swelling, as well as frontal lobe tingling and numbness that I got from people hitting me in the head while we were hiding underneath the soundstage. Oh shit. Thankfully, MRI results came back normal for no internal bleeding or fractures, just sustained external injuries to my head. Shit. 17th of October. All right, so this is ways out. Oh boy, this could be a fun one. Let's see if I can zoom in on this, because this is kind of, my eyes is going blind. All right. My boyfriend and I were standing to the right of the center walkway stage, closer to the Mandalay Bay area, just about 5 people away, watching Jason Aldean perform. Redacted was to my right side, a little bit behind me as we danced, sang along to the music, having a great time. I heard what sounded like confetti poppers we had seen and heard go off during, I guess, another performance. Performance prior. Why are they redacting? I'm guessing that says Jason Aldean. I looked to my right, but there were no confetti. I heard again pop, then again pop, pop. This time my heart sunk as I saw a man in his late 30s, mid 40s fall to the ground. Uh, People all around him speculated he had passed out drunk, but I knew when I looked down and saw his face with his eyes wide open, lifeless, that he was dead. Ooh. I immediately grabbed Redacted and pulled him down to crouch next to me. I remember saying, "Babe, he was shot. Those are gunshots." He didn't believe me and stood back up. I remained crouched, knowing in my heart what had happened. Then it began, the sound of massive spraying bullets as I covered my head and dropped to the ground, screaming to Redacted. All right, so let's see. So looked around to my right, but there's no confetti. I heard it again. Okay, so round Sounds like we're on round 3 at this point, I'm guessing. Because it's saying the confetti poppers would have been single shots, I'm guessing. Um, and then we get to then again, pop, pop, pop. So I'm guessing that would have been the first actual round. Um, and passed out drunk. So that guy was hit on the first burst, I'm guessing. All right. Let's see. If he was okay, it sounded to me as if there were helicopters directly above us shooting down at us. Oh, there we go. Oh, shit. Hoover was right. Oh, shit. Hashtag helicopters. Anyway, that's bullshit. At that moment, I thought this is a terrorist attack. They're shooting at us from up above. Redacted and I stayed crouched down, and another man whom I've never saw but know it was a stranger was shielding me with his body. He was laying over me. The first round had stopped. He yelled, "Babe, we need to run." I yelled at him, "Get back down." He panicked, but he did. And thank God, because almost immediately the second round of spraying bullets began. We stayed down. I just prayed. Okay, so that guy, okay, yeah. So this is the second, okay, second volley. I just prayed to go, prayed to God. Okay. Um, Redacted and I wouldn't get hit. At that moment, the woman directly behind us was hit in the back by a bullet. All I could see was curly blondish hair and a group of people who were behind us screaming she needed a medic, for someone to please help her. There was a long pause, and this other guy said, "Babe, we need to run now." Um, this time I listened. He jumped over people, made his way towards the center median. I couldn't. I couldn't just walk on people, so I started grabbing. Let's see, all the women in front of me, blocking my way to the fence and pulling them to their feet. "Run!" I yelled. My boyfriend and I helped 4 or 5 women over the fence, and then he helped me over and followed behind me. All right, we could probably find these people in the video. We immediately crouched down behind the fence. As I looked for the next closest place to hide, I can't remember if there were shots being fired at this time, but it was the sound stage 10 feet in front of us I saw, and people hiding under the stage. And enough room for us, so I pointed towards it, and we hauled ass as fast as we could towards it. As we approached the soundstage, there was a darker man wearing a yellow shirt. I believe security guard laying on the floor. He was gone. Um, all right, so uh, yellow shirt, I believe, security guard laying on the floor. He was gone. Okay, so as we approach the sound stage, all right, so we know where he was hit. I'd have to look at the map again though. They might have got him to a hospital, but yeah. So there was another thing where somebody said they saw him go down. Let's see, dark man wearing a shirt, I believe, security guard. He was gone. I looked down at him. My heart broke. There was nothing I could do for him. He was already gone. And as awful as I feel for doing this, at the time, we had no choice. We jumped over his body and ran for cover. Just as we were getting under it, I remember the spraying began again. I managed to crawl under the stage, and I was only about a few feet high, but my boyfriend did not. He refused to climb under and just laid in front of it, only half shielded by the stage. I was begging him to come under with me, but he refused. He said he was okay. He was safe where he was. People started trampling him to climb under the stage where I was, and I got separated and pushed deeper under the stage. I could hear bullets hitting the metal above me and people running above me. I thought to myself, it's going to collapse. I'm going to die. Let's see. Okay. Wait, where? Okay. Yeah, there it is. I had taken a moment to text my sister in law, who had been staying with my kids at our home exactly 10:17 p.m. I wrote, so 10:17. So, all right. So the end of it, after it's all done. Yeah. Okay. So I wrote, "Oh my God, there's tons of gunshots, people dead everywhere." And a second text immediately after. Still at 10:17, saying, "Pray for us. I love you all." He then yelled for dude, and he didn't respond. I started begging the people who were in front of me to look for him, describing him as a man who was wearing a bright blue and orange shirt. No one could see him. Uh, my heart sank. I started to panic. Finally, I heard his voice say to me, "I'm here. I'm right here." I had never been so relieved in all my life. He had moved further forward around the stage and was to my left, to the left of me now. He said he couldn't see me, only my eyes, but I could see him, and he was begging me to come out from under the stage. He thought the shooter was in the concert, that he was going to find us all under there and kill us. But every ounce of my being knew the shooting was coming from above and that we would be safe under there, but not safe from it collapsing. So I started asking people in front of me to please switch places with me so I could reach him. No one would move. I remember a man and a woman, the blonde crying my baby. I asked her if she was pregnant. She didn't answer me. She just sobbed. And heavy set man with tattoos behind me and a few young blonde women in between. Um, redacted. And when the shooting, oh, okay, between this person and I, when the shooting stopped again, redacted began pulling out the young women, telling them to run. He was now able to grab me and pull me out. When I got to my feet, I immediately looked for the next safest place to run. Was a red Budweiser tent. There was a big pole there, big enough for both of us, so we ran straight for it. We stopped as I was completely out of breath and my mouth was dry. I couldn't talk. There was a beverage can, or is that can? Cart in front of us with a huge water bottle already open. Redacted grabbed it from me and I chugged it. At that moment, an older man told us we needed to, run and stay down. So I tossed the bottle, and hand in hand, we stayed crouched down and ran alongside the left side of the vendors, staying close. I'm guessing staying close enough to where we could hide and take cover if need be. We made it close enough to the exit and took our chances and ran for it. As we were exiting the concert location, there were cops everywhere and SWAT and ambulances, EMTs, and people who were injured everywhere. I remember seeing people pushing someone on a beverage cart down the street towards Las Vegas Boulevard in front of what looked like a church. I told Redacted we should run to the church, but it looked closed, and said, no, let's run to the close casino. Throughout this time, from the Budweiser tent all the way to the casino, I don't recall other shots being fired. No, because they were done by then. And done before you got out of the stage, out from under the stage, apparently. Um, we walked a few feet to Las Vegas Boulevard and crossed the empty street to Tropicana, I'm guessing west. Had just arrived when panic. We just arrived. Okay, no, it's Tropicana. Um, yeah, we had just arrived when panic started. There was a bomb. People were yelling and running, so we ran into the Tropicana Hotel. I don't know entrance we were at or where we were, but we ran. We stopped at a bathroom as I had to pee. I went first. I went in first. Redacted waited, and then he went in, and I waited for what felt like forever. Man was outside waiting for his girlfriend, saw me in a panic and offered to help. He gave me his water and went and grabbed a wet paper towel. He said he wasn't trying to be fresh. Oh, man. Getting text messages right now. Why are people texting me this late at night? Shit. Let's see. So, man was outside waiting for his girlfriend, saw me in a panic and offered to help me. Um, He gave his water and went and grabbed a wet paper towel. Said he wasn't trying to be fresh and asked if he could wipe the blood off my legs. I hadn't even noticed it was there. I wasn't injured. It was someone else's blood. After he wiped down my legs, I asked him to do me a favor, please check on Redacted. In the bathroom, he said, no problem. I could hear him in the bathroom yelling. Um, he replied, yeah. He said it again. He replied, yeah. There was silence. He came out and said to me, I don't know why. He said to me, I don't know why. Redacted decided right now was the best time to take a shit, but he is. Oh, I love it. Love how detailed this chick is. It's beautiful. Without thinking, I said, well, yeah, it scared the shit out of him. Everyone around me laughed, and during the horror, I did too. Um, let's see. Uh, oh man, I have to cut this short. Well, I got about 10 minutes. Um, it was redacted. Came out, scared something had happened to me, and we left, made our way to the lobby. It was empty except a couple who was hiding behind a service counter. We sat there for a moment. My sister-in-law called at 10:23. I missed the call, so I called her back. It was 10:25. I spoke to her for 1 minute and 4 seconds. I let her know, made it out alive and got disconnected. I called back 10:30. I spoke for approximately 2 minutes when my mom called at 10:32. Spoke to her for like 2 minutes, and when I hung up, it disconnected both my phone calls. So I called redacted back at 10:34. We spoke for 19 seconds. Jesus, man, this chick's got all the details, man. This girl's good. I told her I didn't feel safe where we were, and I would call again. A woman approached us with her 3 to 5 year old daughter in her arms. She asked if we worked there. I replied no. I asked her if they were okay. She said yes and looked confused, as if she didn't know what was happening. We got up and started making our way towards the Sky Bridge, the MGM. I remember feeling so unsafe out there and rushed to get into the MGM. As soon as we reached the MGM, there was an escalator full of people, and then panic started again. People were screaming there was a shooter. Redacted yelled to everyone not to panic. At least he's not panicking anymore, and just quickly go straight. Everyone listened. No one was hurt. Running off the escalator, we ran into the MGM, and there were people everywhere gambling, not having a clue what was happening, but there was still chaos. I don't know where we ran to, but as soon as things calmed down, panic arose again with people screaming. There was a shooter in the building. Again, I saw a door leading to an employee hallway, so we ran through it and found ourselves in MGM Security's back office. This sounds like panic. This right here does not sound like there's shooting, because she's not saying she heard shooting. She's saying people were just screaming it. So this one's panic, I'm guessing. Ran inside, and there were already people from the concert in there taking cover, as well as a few security guards. I mean, so and so and I made our way to the furthest back room. Held each other tight. We stood there for a while before we sat down and began to calm down. Redacted refused to move from the doorway in case something happened. He would react and protect me. Brave all of a sudden. We both had been receiving phone calls and texts from our friends. I spoke to my best friend, Redacted, who had been working at the Hard Rock. She informed me she was able to get home and was glad I was alive. I spoke to Michelle Fox. I know he spoke to my brother. Huh. Okay. Spoke to my brother, sister, friends, and others who had downloaded and listened to the police scanner reporting to us what they heard of multiple shooters, different hotels. We thought there were shooters everywhere. I began looking for things we may need to survive. I didn't know what was going to happen or how long we would be there. The left side of my head started hurting. I found some Excedrin and a soda. I was shaking, feeling like my sugar was low. So I took the medicine and drank the hot soda and tried to calm my nerves. I found a few medical supplies and a bunch of maps of the hotel printed out. I grabbed one in case we needed an escape route. Found a Bible. Jesus, man. Zombie apocalypse, man. That chick's finding all kinds of shit, foraging like a champ. I found a Bible. I opened it and sat on the floor on the first page. It said prayers if you are in danger. Psalm 91. Oh my God. Whew. I read it. 91 of all things, man. I read it, and felt hope if we would make it home to my kids. We sat there for about an hour or so, and a man in a suit told us he was moving us all to another location right down the hallway. He brought us all to the hallway. Felt extremely unsafe, but they tried to assure us we were in an employee area. There are 3 doors, one leading to the show, one leading to an employee hallway, and the third outside. Um, we were told we're free to leave at any time, but that LVMPD wanted us to stay put, so we did. No one left. They brought us chairs and water and T-shirts for us women who were cold. We all sat and tried to comfort one another. We planned an escape route if the shooter found us, and we waited. It was around 1:30 a.m. when they told us we needed to start making our way towards the casino, main casino, that they had caught the shooter and he was dead, that it was safe to go. So this is after the press conference, 1:30. Uh, yeah. So this is after the press. That's interesting. Considering the press conference, they said they're still looking for people, but that's something. Hey, what's up, man? Yeah, life's been pretty crazy, bro. So I mean, right now I'm struggling here because I've got text messages like crazy coming in. In fact, I should answer one of these. But all right, let's see. Let's see what we got. This is actually one of the best ones so far, man. This is very detailed. This chick has a lot of details in her head. Oh, let's see. Let's see. Where was I? Around 1:30 a.m. Told us we need to start making our way towards the main casino. They caught the shooter and that he was dead, and then it was safe to go. Again, that's interesting because at what I think the press conference is at 1:20. They're still saying that Mary Lou was the suspect and was at large, and they were looking for a car and all that sort of good stuff. Let's see. Being locals, we asked how we could get home, and they only told us at the time we could walk to Koval. That was not an option. So we made our way to the lobby and spoke to a young man who claimed he was in charge of all the VIP tents at the concert. We exchanged gratitude that each other was safe, and he told us there were taxi cabs outside waiting to take people where they needed to be. I reluctantly went outside with Redacted, got into a taxi cab line. We were there for about 3 minutes when a man started making his way through the line, asking if anyone wanted to share a taxi to the Hard Rock, knowing that it was probably our best bet at getting home. I ran up to him and said, we do. We got into the cab with 2 wounded ladies whose accent led me to believe they're from London. We told them our experience and the horror we had just gone through. The nice lady took $20 out of her purse and gave it to the taxi driver, told him to take us far and as fast as he could home. He agreed and took us home. Except when we got home, he made us pay for the entire trip from the MGM to the Hard Rock to our home. He pocketed the cash the women gave him and took advantage of us. Instead of arguing with the guy, which boyfriend had begun to do, I said, "You know what? I don't care. I'm home." I swiped my card. Um, Whatever. Let's see. Swiped my card and ran inside to my family, my sister-in-law, and yeah, cab drivers in fucking Vegas are shady as fuck. My sister-in-law had the door already open and her arms open wide. We cried and hugged each other as tight as we could, and then my brother. Then I ran upstairs, kissed and hugged my 9-year-old daughter over and over again. Tried to wake her, but she was talking in her sleep and smiling. I had never been so happy to see my little girl. Then I ran to the room thinking my son was there, but he wasn't. He was fast asleep in his own bed. I crawled in next to him and broke down in tears, holding him, kissing him, smelling him. Uh, my 1-year-old son wouldn't know he almost lost his parents that night. My boyfriend and I cut off our bracelets, threw them away. Why'd you throw them away, man? And took a shower as we cried and held each other, thanking God we were home. Why'd you throw those away, man? Throw those away. Oh man, these people. That was a good one though. That person had hell of a lot of detail. It's crazy detail on that one. Okay, well, this isn't much. Hurt shots, something wife, ran to safety. Yeah, okay, whatever. Um, Thomas and Mac. That person's like, yeah, just fuck you. Taped interview, all right. Um, so a lot of these are just really nothing much. Let's see. We're in the skybox, number 3, first floor. Um, okay. We're in Skybox, number 3, first floor. We heard what sounded like firecrackers. We listened. It continued. Then we heard more and more shots, one after another. Then we saw crowds running towards the suite. We then realized it wasn't firecrackers, and ran. We then hid in a food truck, thinking we could drive out. They're gonna steal a food truck. That's fucked up. But we couldn't. Shots got louder and closer. We ran. A huge fence was pushed down. Ran over the fence and went towards the airport. We hid behind buildings at multiple points, but figured that wasn't safe. We continued to run, find place to hide. So we made it to a private airplane hangar. We figured upstairs would be the safest place. Stayed there until police came with buses. And this is Thomas Mack Center. This is Dosen or whatever. All right. Well, some of these are short, so I can get through some of these. Asian female, 5'3", black. Let's see. At around 10:20 p.m., Jason Aldean was performing. I heard popping from the top of the Mandalay Bay. What? One round went off, then another round a few minutes later. Crowd stampeded out. Gunshots sounded like it came from Mandalay Bay, then closer to the concert venue. What the fuck, man? People sending me all kinds of dumb shit, dude. Um, let's see. Asian female, 5'3", 145. We heard 2 or maybe 3 single shots that sounded like firecrackers, firework crackles. Then a few moments later, multiple shots that still sounded like fireworks. Then on the second round of shots, stop, Jesus. Then the second round of shots, the singer stopped singing, and we heard a roar of people, and we ran for our lives. Okay, Thomas Mack. Hold on, this ain't gonna stop unless I freaking. No respect, man. What the fuck? Okay. Um. Hopefully, I'm still freaking live here, man. All right, there it goes. Looks like I am. Yeah, looks like I am. All right. White female, 5 foot, brown. Oh my God. Stop. Jesus. All I heard was what sounded like fireworks. I don't know why I'm popular tonight, man. What the fuck? Then gunshots. My friend grabbed looks like a my friend grabbed a hold of me, and 4 of us ran as fast and hard as we could. Followed other people to hangar and hid. We were about 15 rows from front of stage when it began. That's all I remember. Uh, my friends and I are safe. Okay. UNLV, Thomas Mack. All right. At what time is that? 2nd October? Is that 1:30? I can't tell. All right, whatever. Taped interview. What were these taped interviews at, man? Because this is all mixed up with the Thomas and Mack stuff. Uh, Richard. Oh, okay. Oh my God, this is killing me, dude. Sorry, man. I just got someone like texting the shit out of me right now. And it's like, you tell people to hold on, man, be with you in a minute, and just getting bombed with text. Okay, to whom may concern, following statements are survivors, Mandalay Bay shooting, collected from the Behavioral Bilingual Services. office is currently offering free mental health services and food donations to survivors and victims of the shooting. Their statements are true and correct. And yeah, okay. We've seen these before. It's just, statement. Yeah, and of course, man, I don't speak Spanish. I don't speak Spanish. So that sucks. I need to find somebody that does speak Spanish, though, man, because some of this looks kind of interesting. All right, and I'm not going to get into this because these are usually a little longer, even though this is Rafferty. Rafferty doesn't usually have very long interviews. He usually doesn't ask a lot of questions, but I think I'm going to kill it on that because I do have some business to take care of, and we are at an hour right now. So I think I'm done with this for now. This is interesting. I mean, that one girl's statement was very interesting. The amount of detail she had was very interesting. She saw the security guard. What was his name? I can't remember his name. I saw him go down. She described where he went down at. So that was interesting. Other than that, I mean, yeah, it was kind of interesting. I mean, the one I did earlier today was, I don't know, man. It gave a timeline as far as, uh, it basically was about, and I know I've seen it before, but it just kind of gets my head spinning with, various things. But, I guess uh, at the Mandalay Bay, they had an issue where the times are off as far as the recordings of the radio conversations by staff at the hotel, and I guess when compared to the Pelco system, which would be the room doors and all that sort of stuff, timing's off on that. I guess. I mean, you're supposed to assume there that the timing is off on the actual thing that records all the radio communications, I guess, within the hotel. So that's kind of an interesting thing, man. There's some things I got to work out to see if that's even really matters, but it could. There's some interesting stuff with that. But anyways, and I got a couple people actually watching, but now I'm pretty much done. Anyways, that's it for all this, man. As always, man, stay safe out there, dude. I'm telling you, shit is fucking bananas. Shit is bananas. I'm telling you, man. Life is fucking crazy, dude. There's some shit going on that I could say it right now, dude. Nobody would fucking believe it because it's just fucking wacky. But I'm not going to say it. So, anyways, everybody stay safe out there, and yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Try to get this some more of this done tomorrow.